And we back. Sam Presti and the OKC Thunder have made it a mission to accumulate as many first-round picks as possible. They basically be doing a KOT for a Q rebuilds in real life, but they got the second overall pick in the 2022 draft, and we already rebuilt. The number 1 team was the Orlando Magic, so let's get to number 2. OKC Thunder, here I come. Let's get them a championship. So if you've been around for some time, you know that I like to match my shirts with the team that I'm rebuilding. I collect vintage shirts, and one thing I found out whenever I do OKC, I just don't have OKC shirts. Mostly because they haven't been around long enough to have vintage stuff. But I do got like supersonic stuff, but it's green and this is a green screen behind me. So I'm just letting you know that eventually I will get some vintage OKC stuff. But right now I got nothing. So shoot hoops, not people. That's the message we delivering today. All right, so it's time for us to do our rebuild of this team. 2nd overall pick, 12th overall pick, 30th overall pick, some second rounders. Like Sam Presti is kind of a madman and we got to finish out his thing. I was going to say his process, but we can't call it that. See, this is what I'm hoping is going to happen in this simulation. I'm hoping that Jabari gets drafted first, but they might take Paolo Banchero. They may take Jabari, but none of these mock drafts has Chet going number 1. I want Chet in OKC personally as the new general manager around here. And guess what? I'm running him at the 4 and see how that's gonna work out. And I saw the success that the young Cleveland Cavaliers had last season, and I'm looking at that and trying to replicate that to some extent by having a duel. I guess they had 3 7-footers in their starting lineup. At least having 2 7-footers in my starting lineup. So you're like, Kenny, who's that other 7-footer? I got plans, ladies and gentlemen. We just gotta hope that Chet Holmgren is there at number 2. And if he's not, then we adapt. You know what I'm saying? This is part of GMing. Jabari Smith Jr. goes number 1, so that leaves the gate open. You serious? That's not, I didn't tell you to do that. I did not tell you to just do that right there, bro. Are you being for real, for real? I did not give you the green. Why did they not ask me, the leader of this team, how I thought about the situation? I guess we restart, like, cause that's not me. That was not me. They did not give me the key. All right, we're restarting, and I got to make sure I turn on the ability to make my own draft picks. Let's just hope Jabari goes number 1 again. He does, and now it should ask me, general manager, are you serious? Okay, I got some trade offers. Let me see. Kobe White, Jared Allen. Stop playing. You know who we selected. I already told you. It is going to be our guy, Chet Holmgren, who's going to come in. Holmgren who's going to come in and eventually be great. I don't know if we're getting that in year number 1, but eventually be great. We have another lottery pick here. How do we, Dyson Daniels is here at number, what do we have, 12? He's here at number 12, which I kind of like. Jaden Hardy. I'm starting to learn more and more about these draft prospects too, by the way. So, you know what I'm saying? As we continue to do more of these videos and I continue to try to do my job as a guy that talks basketball, I'm learning more and more about these prospects. Successful draft, you decide for yourself. I also picked up Nikola Jovic for the 2nd video in a row, mostly because of the name. So I think that was a dub. And now this is where things get interesting, okay? Kenrich Williams is a Kenny for real all-star, if you did not know. But if I'm looking around what we got, and I want to try to develop some of the other people that we've drafted, I'm okay with letting Kenrich Williams walk in free agency. Have fun, and I'm going to keep Isaiah Roby around. Kenny Hustle, I hope you get everything and you go to the team that you really want to, and you can go get you a championship sooner rather than later. But now it is my time with the money that we have. There's 7 offers from this guy, DeAndre Ayton, and one of them is for... I thought we had money to give DeAndre Ayton. How do I free up this money? Oh, we got to find a team to take on Derek Favors. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. If I attach a 2nd round pick to Derek Favors, they're going to be somebody that's willing to take him. Simple. I give you the Heat 2nd round pick, and I'm sending them to Detroit, hopefully. Detroit for a late 2nd, which is basically nothing. I'll give you 2 seconds to make up for it. Cool. Now we have the money to throw at DeAndre Ayton. And it's still... Why did I think that the Suns wasn't going to throw him a bag? Why did I think that the Suns weren't going to throw him a bag? All right, other restricted free agent. Why is everybody getting a bag? Hey, my whole plan was to run Chet and Ayton together, and now my plan has been foiled. Is there anything else I can do? I know there's another way around it, but I don't have any more money to give him. So I'm gonna try this one more time. Where are you at? That's the most amount of money. I'm gonna give him I can't give him a no trade clause. I would love to give you a no trade clause, a flat rate, or do you want it back ended? I'll give you back ended because that just means more money. It's the same exact deal, but instead I give you a player option. We just hope that, dang. Well, DeAndre, it was worth the try. So now what do we do? What do we do now? I like our backcourt with Shea and Josh Giddey for the future. I know what Josh Giddey can be in this game. I really went into there thinking that we were going to be able to sign a center, and there is no other centers on the market because there's no huge rush when it comes to rebuilding this team. Maybe there's another restricted free agent center that's going to come available next year. Wait, DeAndre Ayton still hasn't signed. Hold on. He has not signed yet. I'm giving you the same exact offer. Sign here. But if you look at it, there's not any other centers out there, bro. Okay, so what if it's a 4 then? Then I use Chet at the 5, technically. I had this big old, what seemed like a master plan that was going to work out, and it's backfiring. Well, it's not really backfiring, but it's not going exactly the way I wanted it to go. DeAndre Ayton is going to accept that money with the Phoenix Suns, and he is out of there. I could bring in Mitchell Robinson, who is another player that came into this offseason as a restricted free agent, but his team let him go. He can be kind of a connector between things. He's not a guy that I think we're going to win a championship with if he's our starting center. But like I said, a nice little connector. So I'll bring in Mitch Rob, 2-year with a team option at the end of it. I guess 3 years with a team option after that, 15 a year. Or would you rather have Bamba? Mitchell Robinson or Bamba? Bamba can shoot I'm offering them both. Bamba's a little bit cheaper too. So I'm going to offer Bamba a similar deal, slightly less. And if both accept, I might go Bamba just because of the money. And Bamba does accept. Okay, so we bring in Mo Bamba. That's something. Backup point guard, backup small forward. What are we thinking? Just fill a roster with some humans? Fill a roster with some humans. All right, that's what we're doing. A lot of our guys progressed pretty good, man, and I love that. Chet is going to be there at the 4, of course, as you saw. I think our team is solid. Obviously not good enough to probably make a playoff push this year, but that's not that big of a deal. We're going to have a ton of first-round picks this year, too. I will say that I am a team that is looking around the league. Like, once we get to that trade deadline and I see some teams are selling and they may have a young up-and-coming player, for example, if, I don't know, Zion and the Pelicans are struggling and they're a selling team, I will try to trade for Zion. I will 100% try it. Because we have all of this draft equity and we got a young team, 24-year-old star and a 20-year-old up-and-coming star, it would be crazy for me not to try to find somebody that matches their timeline. That's why I really like the DeAndre Ayton potential trade, because he matched the timeline and he was going to get better when they got better. But it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and do our thing, which low-key, our thing right now is losing, and I'll take that. I stopped prior to the deadline. There was no team out there that was selling that had anything I wanted. The Knicks were the only team that was selling the entire league. And though I like RJ Barrett, he don't really fit what I want to do on this team. Ty Washington won Rookie of the Year. Shout out to him with the Washington Wizards. Ty Washington in Washington. That's kind of dope, man. That writes itself. 6-man a year goes to Wendell Carter because they drafted Jabari Smith Jr. So Kawhi Leonard wins Defensive Player of the Year again. Jalen Green wins Most Improved. And Coach Chris Finch of the Minnesota Timberwolves ended up winning Coach of the Year. Our guy, Chet, is on All-NBA's second team. Maybe not the greatest start to his career, considering he was given all the minutes in the world, basically, and he ended up on the second team. But, I mean, maybe this is a really star-studded rookie class. I'm not completely sure. But, hey, in due time, baby. We ended up being a play-in team. We're going against the Spurs, who have Bradley Beal, AJ Griffin, and the rest of the team looks about the same. I don't know how this goes. We made the playoffs. Now, Victor Wembanyama is in this draft, so I low-key wanted to lose a lot. Didn't work out that way. Anthony Simons and John Moran as a backcourt is very interesting. Let's see how it goes for us as the 8th seed going against the 1. That's about right. I'm not even tripping about it. I mean, I would rather have had the lottery pick than get swept in the first round, but, you know, experience for Shea had already been in the playoffs, hasn't he? Experience for like Josh Giddey and Chet Holmgren, you know what I'm saying? And the Magic go back-to-back. Wow. We had the Clippers pick when ended up being number 10. I forgot this is a Sam Presti team. We have 3 first-round picks this year. So we have 10, we have 22, we have 29. Now, I'm about to do the same thing and go over to my team intel and try to figure out if there's a team that's selling. I don't want Damian Lillard, and they don't have anything else that's worth buying. The Bulls don't really have anything that's worth buying either. Like, all of the selling teams are, like, really bad, or the rebuilding teams are really, really bad. So, no, these don't have players that I really want. I was hoping for the Pelicans' downfall for the sake of this video. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see them lose Zion to me in a trade, but that's not happening. I think we continue to do this organically as I go through these teams. I'm not really seeing anybody that's worth trading. Porzingis plays for the Warriors, and Klay Thompson plays for the Wizards. So that's interesting. They made that trade. But yeah, another year where there's nothing really out there as far as trades go. So we're going to use these draft picks. I did load in the 2023 draft picks. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, somebody might offer me a kind of legendary trade. No, they're not offering me anything. Now, this draft class, I don't know nothing about, but this guy was projected to go number 4, and he's still here. He's got Kevin Durant ceiling. I'll take that. Don't know nothing about you, but if they say you could be Kevin Durant, I'm going to take my chances. Max Christie, is that Doug Christie's son? I don't know. I'm taking him with a pick. Yeah, it feels weird to use 3 first-round picks, but I did. And if anything, these are people that we could trade down the line, but we got a guy that was projected to go top 5 at number 10. So I think that's a dub. Aaron Wiggins is not progressing this game, so I'm not even though it's 1.8, I'm not even going to take that option there, but the rest is definitely a comeback for sure. Lu Dort deserves a little payday, man. He took a really small contract after his rookie season. I think he deserves somewhat of a payday. So though he might not be the best option really on the table, I'm gonna go ahead and throw him in that contract, man. He deserves it. He deserves it. And Darius Bazley wants 20 M's. We might see Darius Bazley skedaddle unless we can just keep him on his cap hold. I can't see a world where we're giving him 20 M's. So if somebody else offered it to him, he can be yours. He can be yours if you got that money, because we definitely don't. Everything goes the way I want it to go eventually. We're a couple years late, but the Suns are a selling team, and I'm still a fan of DeAndre Ayton. Actually, he is dominating this season, so I want to add him to the team. How do we make it interesting for them? Well, we start off with Mo Bamba, and we got to make up about $9 million. The only way we do that is to either package in a few of the younger dudes or trade away Lu Dort. And Lu Dort is not having the greatest season for us. The alternative is like Poku, and then we have to give them one of the younger dudes. Maybe it's Nikola Jovic. Contractually, this all makes sense. Nikola Jovic ain't even really played for us in his career. Lu Dort, we'd be bringing a big hole in at the small forward position, but it's something we can figure out down the line. This is not a trade that I'm looking at and saying, hey, we're trying to win a championship this season. I'll give you my 2024 first, and I'll also give you my 2026 first, because my opinion, we're going to be pretty good for the remainder of this video. And just like that, you got yourself a deal. Okay, so now we got Whitehead starting at the 3 with DeAndre Ayton at the 5 with Chet Holmgren. All these players are on fire. DeAndre Ayton's having a career year. That's what made me want him even more. He's averaging 23 and 12 right now with a block and a half. You know, shooting 56% from the field. Chet Holmgren's having an upgrade from his previous season. But okay, we are already the 4 seed beforehand, and maybe we can continue this. I don't really know. I guess we're gonna continue our simulation. I don't see this as a championship season. I still believe that we got a hole in our team that we got to fill eventually. But we're a playoff team, and that's like a step from, well, we were a playoff team last year. We're a better playoff team this year. How about that? Ja Morant won MVP. Scooter did his thing. So is Tata and Scooter in the same team? Scooter's a point guard, though, so Tata is coming off the bench, I guess. I don't know. Oh, there you go. There's the answer to your question. Tata, the Anthony Davis defense player. Yeah, I want to trade for AD, but he's 31 years old now, and on the last year of his deal, he was also on the selling team. The Lakers were a selling team, so I wanted to, but it made no sense. Timeline, it didn't make sense, and with him being on the last year of his deal, it didn't make sense. But we have secured the 2 seed. I didn't realize we got up to the 2 seed. We secured the 2 seed. It had to be by like a game, by 2 games. A lot of the season, we were teetering around the 4 seed. We got all the way up to the 2, and we're going against the Golden State Warriors, who still got Steph, Jordan Poole. Okay. All right. Hey, congratulations on being the 2 seed here, Steph Curry. That's what they just said to me. All right, here we go. Game 1, we win. 4-point win. Shout out to the guys out here. Game 2, we win. Okay. We protect home court. We win 1 at Chase, and we beat them. Let's go. Now we're going against the 3 seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have Freddie, Anthony Edwards, Freddie instead of D'Angelo Russell's actually interesting to me. Let's see how they do. Game 1, it's a win for OKC. We lose game 2. We win game 3. Listen, I didn't see this as a year that we was going to win a championship, but if we can, we will. All right, now the Pels, a team that I said earlier I was hoping for their downfall because I really wanted Zion. They're meeting us in the conference finals. They got Jaden Ivey. What pick did he end up being? He fell to 8, which I guess I could have told you that because they have the 8th pick in it. Anyway, he's up to an 85 overall, man. They got a nice little team over there. This was the 4 seed, though. Technically, we were the better team. It wasn't by much, but we were the better team. DeAndre Ayton is out here hooping, bro. They don't have an answer. Bobby Portis, DeAndre Ayton. Listen, this is a more mature DeAndre Ayton. He's 25 now, y'all. Okay, I didn't think we were going to sweep. All right, let's shorten this rotation. I didn't expect this to be a championship season, but since we this close, why would I not try to, you know what I'm saying? If we can do it early, Game 6. Game 6, we're in New Orleans. I saw them against the Suns this season. That crowd goes crazy. And yeah, they drove us crazy. They mopped the floor with us. They mopped the floor with us. And they're going against the Pistons in the finals, and they won. I mean, at least we lost to the eventual champions. Does that make it better? Not the greatest of times. But we got a lottery pick, I'm hoping. We got number 7, we got number 12, we got number 17. It's time for me to start cashing in these lottery picks. We cannot be sitting here drafting with them every single year. We just won't have the roster spots. We got to pay all these young people. So let's go find a player to complete the rebuild. Who is that player? I'm going to say this right now. Sam Presti is a crazy dude. We have 5 first-round picks, and 4 of them are in the lottery. Sam Presti is crazy. How do I even do this trade? Listen, with all of these first-round picks, I can package every single one of them to steal somebody's best player. I believe that that's the case. I believe that I can package all of these first-round picks if I wanted to go get Jimmy. I don't want to go get Jimmy, but if I wanted to go get Jimmy, I could do that. I think Anthony Simons is the one that we go after right now. I'll give you the player in Max Christie because he's valuable to y'all at least. 7th overall pick. We'll give you the 9th overall pick. Great. We still have 2 lottery picks that we do not need. Josh Giddey's running the 3 for us this season. Anthony Simons is at the 2 with Shea at the 1. We got Holmgren at 4 and then Aiden at the 5. I think that's a really good team. That's a really good starting lineup. But we also have other draft picks that we don't need. So I don't want to draft at all this season. I would prefer not to draft at all. Oh, well. I say that and I just saw that somebody's offering the 10th overall pick. I'm like, should I just trade up? You know, instead of using that, yeah, let's trade up to number 10 and then use number 10 and number 17 to trade up to like top 7 or number 8. We'll take number 8 as well. And then use number 8 and number 23. You see where I'm going with this? We're going to keep, no, actually I'm going to throw that with this guy and we get a number 6. I'll take number 6. Okay. We got the 6th overall pick in this year's draft. It's an auto-generated draft. It's not the 2024 draft class because how the heck does anybody know who's going to be actually good in 2024? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trusting any of that. With this pick, we can take this point guard. Sure. Welcome to the team. Simple. Okay. Now we bring back all our players and then we look at what we got and potentially make some trades at the deadline. We were this close to winning the Western Conference last year. Now we got upgrades. I feel like this can be our year. I feel really good about this year. Player progression is Chat almost in the 90 overall club. We almost got our whole starting 5 in the 90 overall club. The bench is still good. It's lackluster. It's young still. But this is what I just did. Alexei Pokusevski, right? That's my dude. You feel me? Got a lot of love for him. But I just re-signed him on a huge deal for his sake. So shout out to him and his family. He almost making 80 M's. I'm 1,000% at the deadline using his 17 M's. Maybe Theo Maladone's contract who also just re-signed. Or maybe it's this dude who's super valuable that we drafted 6th overall. We're getting another really, really good player. He's going to be the best 6th man in the league or something. We're going to simulate and see what we need. So we're at the trade deadline. We're the 1 seed and we've only lost 9 games of the year. So I don't know if it makes sense to even make any trades right now just because we are so good and maybe we should just be rolling into the playoffs. Jimmy Butler just got traded to the Timberwolves, but he's promised 50 M's this season. So I'm just not, No. Maybe instead we try Alexei Pokusevski and a 1st round pick that's ours. And maybe that yields somebody better. You see that word? I know it's not a big word, but it's a word I don't use often. So he's 3.5 star value to a lot of people. And it's going to be hard to match that with a trade. So Alexei might be safe here. Wendell Carter's similar, but not the same amount of money. So that's not going to work. This one is interesting because Devin Vassell's making $1 million. I mean, it'll be easier to... I'm doing the trade for Devin Vassell and company. Okay, the trade finder is wild out here. There's Donovan Mitchell, and he coming off the bench for one team. Why can't he come off the bench for us? Why can't he come off the bench for us? He's coming off the bench for a bad team. I think this is an upgrade for him. Yeah. Welcome to the team, Dono. And now we move Anthony Simons to the bench. How do we like that? We also brought in Miles Turner. That I didn't even really realize was part of that trade. Shea, Donovan, Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, and then DeAndre Ayton off the bench. We have Anthony Simons, Miles Turner, Devin Vassell, and then Trey Mann. And then Derek Whitehead. LaMelo won MVP. Rookie of the Year went to a guy named Rick Williams. Okay. Tata is the 6th man of the year again. Anthony Davis went to the other, well, he's still in LA, but he went to the other locker room, I guess. Jeremy Sohan is most improved player. He averages Draymond Green type numbers, I guess. We lost 14 games this season. It was 9 at the trade deadline. So we got NBA 13 Chet Chet out here hooping his butt off. You love to see that. And Jimmy Butler, a player that we decided not to trade for, is on second team. Hopefully that don't come back to bite us. Okay, we are the 1 seed, and we should dominate early on. We're going against Ja Morant, Cole Anthony, Jeremy Sohan, who just won an award, and this is a nice roster, but for some reason they're the 8th seed. And because they're the 8th seed, I'm not worried about it. You know, that they might be good 1 through 5, but once you get to 6 through 10, they might be trash. Now we got the Warriors again. But you know what? These boys don't bother me because we beat them last season. This is the exact same roster. Steph Curry's still good, though. You know, Jordan Poole did 90 overall club, which is dope. But they ain't no match for having Anthony Simons come off the bench. You feel me? This is the Houston Rockets team. Chris Paul is back, I guess. We got Chet versus Paolo in the conference finals, but he's got Jalen Green and Denny Avdija with him and Kmart Jr. Our team is just too stacked, bro. We got 590 overalls practically. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna try to act like this is a series because it's really not. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got your game. It's really not. But now we're going against the MVP of the league. And the Ball brothers are playing together. Aw, that's nice. Congratulations on the conference finals appearance. Because that's all it is. Just an appearance. Chet Holmgren wins finals MVP, and just like that, we rebuild the OKC Thunder. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.